and welcome back for an at-home workout. Today we're going to focus on the core, and all you'll need is a supportive level surface. We will be getting down on the ground a little bit, and just an everyday pillow from your bed, and let's get started. So we're going to start standing. You're going to take that pillow, fold it in half, take one hand on either side, and hold it out in front of you. Soft shoulders, elbows soft. Feet are about hip level apart, soft bend in the knees, and then reach up through the crown of your head so you've got a nice tall torso. Arms in front of you, squeeze your belly button towards your spine, and then take that pillow to the outside of one hip and twist back to the top, other side. Back to the top, good. So you want to keep your torso really long, standing up really tall, and you're twisting through your torso to take that pillow to the outside of each hip. Inhale at the top, exhale as you twist, and try and keep your weight level throughout each heel. Good. Chest is proud, shoulders are relaxed. You could use a weight here to add some extra resistance. Exhale, twist, inhale to the top. One more each direction. Good. Now hold that pillow out in front like your set position. Keep a soft bend in your knees, relax your shoulders. Now keeping your shoulders right above your hips in a vertical line, squeeze your core as tight as you can and take your weight forward like you're going to place that pillow on a counter just a little bit far away and you can't move your feet. And then come back to the set position. So you rock your weight forward with a really tight core and then come back to a neutral standing position. Good, rocks forward. You'll feel your weight transfer onto the balls of your feet and towards your toes. Good, keep those shoulders relaxed. Good. So you can think of this like a standing plank. You're board straight, just taking your weight forward and back. Let's inhale forward, exhale back. One more. Good. Now bring that pillow towards your chest, elbows by your side. Take your feet together, and you're going to step back with one foot, bend both knees, and then you're going to take the pillow to the outside of the front hip. Now as you take the pillow back to the top, you step in. Other foot goes back, hit the outside hip to the top. So the foot you step back with, you turn away from that foot. Good. So if you step back with the left, you twist towards the right. Good. Now let's keep moving. Exhale, twist. Inhale to the top. Good. Shoulders are relaxed. Nice tall spine. Now your heart rate will be getting up in this one because you're moving a little bit more. Just an added bonus. Squeeze that belly button toward the spine. Keep breathing. Again, you could have a weight here if you wanted extra resistance. Keeping a bend in both knees to help you stay stable. Last one. Step up to the top. Set your pillow to the side. You'll need it a little bit later. Take your feet wider than your hips and let your toes turn out to the side. Sit down into your legs so you've got a nice little squat. And then you're going to take your arms palms up out towards a T position. Collarbones spread open, shoulders relax. Now your shoulders should be right over your hips. So your pelvis isn't tucked forward, shortening the front of the body, and your booty isn't sticking out behind you, shortening the spine. You want to find some place neutral in between. Good. So keeping the shoulders right over the hips and the belly button squeezing toward the spine, pressing evenly into both heels, let your toes be light. You're going to extend through one side of the waist, reaching out through those fingertips. Come back up to the set position, other side. Good. So you should feel a lot of length between the armpit and the top of the hip on the side you're leaning toward. Good. So imagine from your hip bones down to the floor, you're in quicksand and you can't move. So all of the movement comes from the extension through the sides of your waist. And it helps me to keep pulling my thumbs back to keep my chest open. Inhale to one side, exhale back up to the top. Same thing, other direction. Keep squeezing that belly button toward the spine. Think about reaching up through the crown of your head. One more each direction. Come back up to the top. Take a big inhale, reach your fingertips up. Squeeze your booty tight, press your hips forward a little bit, and feel a nice stretch through the front of your body. And then big exhale, take your hands back towards your sides. Good, and then we'll move down to the mat. All right, down on the mat, we're gonna move into a series of bridges. So you're gonna take your pillow, fold it in half long ways again, lay down on your back, take your heels really close to your hips and hip distance apart, palms flat on either side of you, and then hold that pillow right between your knees so you can put a little bit of tension on it. Relax your head down, chin away from the chest. Press down into your feet, squeeze through your back side, and really nice and slow, press your hips all the way to the top, and then lower down one vertebra at a time. So you're keeping a little bit of tension on that pillow to make sure that your knees, heels, and hips all stay in line. Inhale to the top, exhale back down. Keeping the chin away from the chest, shoulders relax down into the mat. See if you can lift a little bit higher each time, squeezing really tight through the backside. Drop it down. One more all the way to the tippy top. Big exhale, bring it down. Now we're going to move into what's called neutral bridge, which means you're going to take your hips up until those hip creases on top are flat. So you're not at the top and your booty isn't touching the ground, but it's somewhere in between. Think about pressing your shins forward to lengthen through the back of your body. Chin away from the chest and just hold here. Feeling the muscles around the spine engage, into the glutes, hamstrings, and breathing deeply. And now you're just going to take your thighs a little closer to each other and then back out to neutral. So you're going to squeeze the pillow a little bit more and then release. Squeeze, release. Nice and slow. We're not in a hurry here. So you'll really feel the backs of the legs and the muscles of the booty engage. That's what we want. Keeping those hips at the same neutral level. 3, 2, last one. Good. Release your legs just a little bit so the pillow stays there. You can drop your hips here and take a break if you need to, but we're going to keep going. So you're either going to lift your left heel off of the ground and press it back down, or you can lift your left foot off the ground and press it back down. So your choice, just lift and lower, or it's foot and lower. Keep your hips at that neutral level. So your right glute here is going to be stabilizing you, and you're really going to feel it start working. Chin away from the chest, continue to breathe. Take a break at any point if you need it. Remember, it's just the heel lift or the entire foot, your choice. And you're not married to one. You can switch back and forth if you need to. Let's do 2 more. Last one, and then right over to the other side. So you can either just lift and lower the heel coming up onto the toes, and then your foot rests back down, or your entire foot can lift off. You can adjust your pillow if you need to. Good. Make sure your hips are still at that neutral level. Chin away from the chest. Back of the body squeezed nice and tight. And just feel the stabilizing muscles of the leg that's staying planted on the ground. It's really working, huh? Let's do 3 more. 2, 1. Take a break if you need it. Otherwise, we're going to alternate. So it's left, set it down, right, lower, left, lower, right, lower. Now think about your pelvis staying completely still as your legs, feet, or heels lift and lower. So you've got a little bit of a march going on, but you want to keep your hips nice and still. Squeeze to that backside. Try to flatten out the front of the hips. Let's do 2 more each side. The last one on the left, on the right. Lower your hips down really nice and slow. Take the pillow away. You're going to need it in a moment. Take your arms out to a T position. Take your feet about hip distance apart, and then a little bit wider. Let your knees fall in towards the middle. And reach your hands overhead nice and long. Big inhale. Exhale, sweep your hands back around. Walk your feet towards each other. Back to hip distance apart. Arms to a goalpost position. And then just let your knees fall from side to side like a windshield wiper. Nice release for the lower back and the hips. Breathe here, catch your breath. We've got 1 more bridge move, and then we'll come to seated and work on the front of our core a little bit. 1 more windshield wiper to the left, to the right. Bring your knees back up to the top. Now your toes are pointing forward, but you're going to move your feet a little bit wider than hip distance apart, and you're going to set your heels close to your hips. Hands are back down by your sides. Shoulder blades are nestled underneath you, chin away from chest. Press down into the feet, squeeze tight through the back side, and lift your hips up to that neutral position. Now try and keep the weight on your feet completely neutral, equal through both foot, and then just take your hips over to the left, and then all the way over to the right. Good, so it's like your hips come in line with your left heel, and then over in line with your right heel. And try and keep the tops of your thighs facing the ceiling. Good. So I've heard this called the typewriter before. Really nice and slow, and make sure you're keeping some tension between the thighs, not letting the hips and thighs bow out to the sides. That can cause a lot of strain on our knees. Shift over to the right, over to the left, squeeze through your backside, to the right, One more each direction. Come back into the middle. Inhale, press your hips as high up as you can. Big exhale, roll down nice and slow. And then take your thighs in towards your chest. Take your hands around your shins and just rock from side to side. You can draw circles with your knees in one direction and then the other. That should feel like a nice massage on your back. And then start to rock up and down the length of your spine. And if you can rock yourself all the way up to seated, or you can roll over to one side and press yourself up to seated. Good. All right, now find your pillow. Fold it in half again, just like that. And then the two open edges, you're gonna squeeze together. And then you're gonna take them and sit on the very edge so you keep them closed together. And then what happens here is that the pillow becomes like a bolster for our lower back, helping us extend through the torso and stay nice and open through the chest. Good. So your feet are flat in front of you, knees bent, and your heels are about hip distance apart. Now reach up through the crown of your head, sit up as tall as you can, press your sitting bones down into the ground. Reach your fingertips out in front of you at shoulder width. Relax your shoulders. Chest up really, really proud. Squeeze your belly button towards your spine so you feel kind of like an ice cream scoop sensation there. And then rock back so you feel the pillow press against your lower back. Reach your hands up. Back in front, bring your chest up. Let's keep going. So it's back, lift your hands, hands in front, chest at the starting position. So it's back, lift, front, raise up. Now keep that belly button squeezing towards your spine as you keep lengthening through the crown of the head, chest nice and proud. Big exhale as your hands come back in front. Good. Press evenly through the back of both hips. Try to relax through the front of your hips. You should start feeling this in the front of your midsection. Last one like this, and then we'll add on. So it's back. And then bend your left elbow and turn your chest to face the left. So both collarbones are turning towards the left, and you can even look back over your left shoulder. Bring fingertips in front, raise back up. Other side, down, pull it back, face the right, press in front, bring the chest up. It's down. Nice slow twist. Press those fingertips back in front of you. Raise up. Good. Down. Pull back and twist. Press in front. Raise to the top. Now because you're working one side and then isolating the other side, focus on keeping the weight in the backs of the hips equal. Good. So you don't want to transfer your weight over to one hip and then the other. You want the twist to come through the upper body. Good, now we're getting into the obliques, one more each direction. Good, now we're gonna stay on the left. Just like we were doing, pull that elbow back, and now extend your fingertips all the way back so your arms are open, and then circle back up to the top as you raise your chest back up. So it's lean back and twist, all the way extended, circle around back to the top. Open, extend, circle back and around. Squeeze that belly button toward the spine, lengthen up through the crown of the head, proud chest. Good, so you're drawing a line across your chest, reaching all the way to the left and then circling back up to the top. Squeeze that belly button toward the spine. Good. Last reach long, open up through the chest, circle back to the top. Let's do the other side. So it's back, reach long, circle and lift. Good. Back, circle and lift. Are you pressing evenly for the backs of both hips? What you'll feel here is that you'll want to move weight more towards the back of the right hip than the left. But just balance it back out by pressing evenly into both sides of your booty. Good. Chest is really nice and proud. Belly button squeezing toward the spine. Open up your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades together at the back. Circle back up to the top. Good. Make sure that left shoulder is staying relaxed. Big exhale as you come back up to the top. 2 more on this side. Circle back up. Good. Take the soles of your feet together, knees apart, and just rock from side to side a little bit. If you lose your pillow like I did, no big deal. Good. Keep your knees open. Take your hands towards your shins. Press your booty down. Lift your chest up and let your back arch a little bit to stretch to the front of that body. You can pull your elbows back by your rib cage. Lift your chin up if that feels good. Big inhale here. And then as you exhale, round through your back. Take your chin towards your chest and reach your fingertips forward a little bit. Good, and then shimmy out a little bit. All right, we've got a little bit more for our abs. We will finish strong. And remember, you can do this exercise. You could do 3 sets of it if you wanted to. Just keep replaying the video. Grab a drink whenever you need to. Take any modifications you need to. And you can always email me, text me if you need some ideas for modifications. All right, so feet are flat, knees pointed up towards the sky. That pillow is folded, and then we're sitting on the edge of it. And make sure it's nice and secure. Now this time, you're going to take your hands just above your knees and take your palms together. Relax your shoulders down, press your booty down, release any tension in those hip creases and raise your chest up nice and tall. And then squeeze your belly button toward the spine, feel that scooping sensation, and rock back into your pillow a little bit. Good. Now keeping your thighs just where they are, you're going to take your fingertips and your clasped palms out to one side, to the middle, out to the other side, to the middle. Keeping that belly button squeezed toward the spine nice and tight, shoulders relaxed. Good. And try to spin your chest so that it stays in line with your thumbs. Good. Remember, your lower body is totally still. Weight is even through the back of both hips. And we're twisting and creating that movement through our upper body. Good. So if your shoulders and arms get tired here, you can bring your thumbs against your chest. Just like that. Good. To the side, in between the knees, outside one knee, between. One more each direction. Left, middle, right, middle. Come up for just a beat. Good. And then you're going to take your palms back together. Fingertips point forward. You're going to rock back. Take both palms to the outside of the left knee. And then you're going to reach your left hand up on the diagonal, right hand down. Turn your chest a little bit more. And then like an alligator, take those palms back together, to the middle, raise up. So it's back, outside, ta-da. Good. Palms together to the middle and up. Back, outside, diagonal, to the middle, and to the top. Keep breathing. We'll do 2 more on this side. Squeeze the belly button toward the spine. Nice long spine, reaching up to the crown of the head. To the other side, so let's rock back, outside of the right knee. Right hand up, left hand down on the diagonal. Turn your chest to the right. Close those palms, take them to the middle, raise your chest up. It's back, outside, diagonal, close, middle to the top. Back, outside, diagonal reach, palms together, middle, and top. Squeeze the belly button toward the spine. Lengthen through the crown of the head, chest stays proud. You've got 3 more on this side. Going into our last one, back, outside, diagonal, close, middle, lift up. Roll through your shoulders a little bit. Good. Take your fingertips, reach them out over your knees, squeeze your belly button toward your spine, lift your chest up, feel that tension in the front of the core. Rock back. Where we started, lift the hands up. Hands in front, chest up. Rock back. Bring one hand back, reach long, circle back to the top. Same thing other side. Reach long, circle back up to the top. Good. Back to the top, in front, middle. Back, circle to the left, bring it back to the top. Rock back, circle to the right, bring it back to the top. In the middle, thumbs drive back, hands in front, lift up. Good. To the left, circle all the way. To the right, circle all the way. And then just bring it straight back, arms up, arms in front to the top. Good. One more full set. To the right. Good. This time, rock back, squeeze the belly button toward the spine, chest up proud, thumbs lift up behind you, look up with your eye gaze, squeeze your core as tight as you can, and then drop your arms out to a T, and then drive your thumbs back behind you, widening through your chest a little bit more. And breathe. You should start to feel a little trembling going on. That's what we want. Now let's just bring our fingertips together at the top, back out to the T. Fingertips to the top, back out to the T. 2 more like that. Last one. Bring it to the top. Drop the backs of the hips into the floor. Shoulders relax down. Chest is proud. Belly button toward the spine. Eye gaze goes up. And relax. Great job, guys. So make sure you stretch through your core. Doing cat and cow, arching forward, rounding to the back. Taking any little stretches that feel good, and give yourselves a hand.